And Abu Ghassem have made it to Lebanon from Douma, one of the many areas under siege in Syria. They share the story of what life has become there and how they escaped.
We left Douma by going down inside a well, and we walked underground in a tunnel like in a tomb. Our heart is telling us we are going to get killed inside. When we got out, we took a breath of freedom. We begged for a piece of bread. They gave us fatayr, and I ate like a starving person.
Douma is under siege by government forces and is frequently the target of airstrikes. Ghassem says the little aid that does get in is controlled by those running the area who charge money for it.
The last year we got barely anything, and what managed to come in was taken by those controlling the area. They set up centers and gave us cards, and the ones running the centers would sell the aid to us for a price. If you have money, come and get it. If you don't, die from hunger. This is exactly what happened to us. No one had mercy on anyone.
Madaya is also on the outskirts of Damascus. People there are receiving aid this week after months without food and other necessities, because government forces and their allies have blocked off that area too. The UN aid deal is helping to bring many trucks of aid to the more than 40,000 people there, as well as to the villages of Kufraya and Foua and Idlib under siege by rebel forces. Brother and sister Luai and Tabarak Alouche have been smuggled out of Madaya and into Lebanon, but their father was taken from the car by Syrian authorities.
Madaya is under siege. We would go for 3 days without food, then we would go and gather grass to just boil and eat it.
We would actually go randomly to school in Madaya, but it wasn't really a school. We wouldn't write or read. All the kids would go starving, their heads spinning, throwing up. No one able to write or read. No one comprehending anything.
As well as the 170,000 people held in government-surrounded areas, there are 200,000 people in Deir ez-Zor under siege by ISIL. Those who've escaped from Syria know just how bad it can get when people don't get supplies of food and medicine.
Our heart is still there. We have kids still under siege and hungry. We know people who sold their homes to just eat, living in the streets in return for food.
At the moment, very few Syrians are able to travel to this side of the border in Lebanon. The ones that have been able to have escaped from desperate situations. But there are still more than 400,000 Syrians living in areas held under siege by all sides in the war. Caroline Malone, Al Jazeera on the Syria-Lebanon border.